Welcome back to Studio Chatter. What do we do daily that helps guide our life goals and results? Let's talk about our habits and how they motivate us.
Ooh, this could be a fun one, Natasha.
I know. Stacy brought this up, and I was like, what's my habit? My number one habit is having a Diet Coke every morning, right when I wake up. So thus,
every day when you wake up?
Every day and every night. I mean, I have a Diet Coke all the time.
Well, thank you for these
It's part of my
drinks.
habit.
Okay.
So with that, when I crack a Diet Coke or open up a bottle, it puts a smile on my face. It gives me a little bit of joy, and I think it's a habit to jumpstart my day. Like I'm awake, I'm going, you got this, Angie. Like I fueled myself with something that makes me happy, which is so silly. I know this is very unhealthy. It's not like a veggie or something, but to me, it's connected my habit with the starting of my day and bringing myself a little bit of joy. So there we go, one habit.
That's so interesting, like the littlest things of different habits. Huh?
Right. And not even knowing, like, it could be a bad habit, but to me, it like brings me joy. And when I'm done with work or something, and then I'm like, I'm gonna get me a Diet Coke. It just brings me a little bit of joy. Too. Yes, it's a reward too.
Yeah.
So like I completed the day, get one, start the day, get one.
Did you get in trouble at all when you had braces?
No, Dr. Trapnell's so kind. He's probably like, whatever.
I'm such a worry wart. I would have been like,
no, I brushed well. Yes,
okay.
Natasha.
All right.
Fine. Yes.
Well, this book I had last year. It's very popular. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Did you read it? Or you have it?
We have it. Yep.
I'll get it. I don't have it.
I highly recommend it. It has so much good insight. Also, if you follow James Clear on Instagram, like nuggets from this book are always popping up.
Okay.
So I love it. But a couple things he said is, instead of thinking, I have to do this, think I get to. So for example, exercise. He said many people associate exercise with a task that drains your energy, but instead associate it with telling yourself, I get to go run in the morning and build up my endurance and get faster. Like, change the way you look.
So like instead of saying, I have to make dinner, I get to make dinner. We have food to fuel our bodies.
Yes.
So just change the tone of the chore or the task.
And I mean, exercise, finance, meditation, there's so many different things, but you need to look at it like you're like taking it in and using it for good. Because if you're like, I have to do this, you're not going to want to do it.
Right. Well, I know exercise is very important for you, and you set that aside every day. Do you do it every day?
5 to 6 days a week.
That is so good.
It is a good habit. And I will say the last week, I've just kind of felt under the weather, and I'm still not 100%, but I need it. Like this morning, my husband was like, maybe just take it easy today. But I thought to myself, I haven't exercised for a week. Like, my body truly needs it. I need to be outside. My mind,
connection.
Yes. And then I think, it's finally spring and I get to go outside and exercise. So I do need it. But I thought I wanted to bring this topic up because I'm like, we're at the age of life, we have probably created some decent habits.
Right.
Or maybe not so decent. So I want to know what your habits
Well, I think that's true of any habit too, especially when you get into a good habit in particular. When you get out of that habit, then especially exercise, that you do crave it or need it, or it becomes a part of something.
Or like I crave exercise, and then Angie's craving this.
Right.
I crave that too. So I'm not dissing on you.
Well, and it can be big, it can be small. So for me, and maybe it's silly, so for me, my daily habit is I have to make my bed every day.
I was going to bring that up.
Yes.
I do too.
And I think it was a general, or there's something to this, right?
Yes.
Yep. But it's so true. If it's the one thing that you do every day, at least it's the one thing that you did every day that you completed,
that you
right?
Can be like,
that you can, yes. And there's something for me that I'd love to check that off. So yes, making my bed is super important
Angie,
to me.
what's one of yours?
I would say, which is so funny, but putting a smile on my face, and I learned that from my mother. We go through hard things and good things. But I remember when I was going through a hard thing one time, and she said, "You're never going to get past it and over it. Like, you can take medication, self-help, all this stuff, but you've got to choose to have a better day or to have a better outcome." And so she's like, do that with a smile, do that with serving someone. So I just chose it. It's like, when I get up in the morning, I'm going to smile, and I'm going to just like put my best foot forward, right? Go in all 10. And it may be a crappy day, and I may be down at a 1 by the end of the day, but try and start out my day with that mentality of like, it's going to be a 10. Like, I'm going to make a difference.
Yeah. I love my morning habit. Like, my alarm is set for 6:45, and I look forward to like that first 30 to 45 minutes of my healthy habits before I go to exercise. But then as I'm thinking about this, I'm also at a stage of life that I've had a good night's sleep because I don't have little kids. I
Yes.
can wake up, no one's there at home needing me. I'm not getting kids to carpool or taking a carpool or fixing lunches or breakfast.
It's totally different.
So it is,
Yeah.
like, I can sit here and say, oh, I have this all
I
figured
have
out, so
45
let me tell
minutes
you.
to just like zen
Yeah,
and do
and
my
then
yoga.
I work out, but I'm just like, because I'm at a stage of life that I can get to that.
Right.
Before, it was like, get the 2 older kids to school, put the 2 younger kids in the stroller, try and get out on a walk. You know,
So your habits were diversified.
yeah, just like all over.
Sometimes they happen, sometimes they not.
Yeah.
Natasha, you're probably right in the middle of all that.
But because of that, because I enjoy my time in the morning too. One thing that I have as a habit for me, and I try and force it as a habit the night before, is for the kids to prepare their things the night before, to set out their.
love that.
to
I
set
set out my
their
outfit
things.
every night.
Yes,
I just feel like I can wake up
yes.
on one less thing.
Yes, pick out your things the
Actually,
night
2
before.
outfits.
Yeah.
A backup in case I'm not feeling the original.
I was going to say, I can't do that because I have to see what mood I'm in that day. Because like you wear a lot of black, I have to be in a mood to wear black.
See, and I just have to wake up early for work, so I've got to kind of have like that one checked off my list, so it's not empty.
I love that
I
you do
just
it
don't.
with
I
your
just don't
kids.
want any fighting in the
Right.
morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, you choose it the night before. There's no calamity in the morning, and sometimes we even choose what breakfast we're going to have in the morning. So then there's no even.
It just makes your morning go smoother.
Exactly.
So I think if we could give any advice to our viewers is like, maybe choose an area that you could like make a little bit
Implement.
smoother.
Yes.
And then have it stack. So if you're like picking out your outfit, you could say, after I get dressed, then I will, I don't know, text a friend every morning and let them know I'm thinking about them.
Yes.
Like whatever your habit.
Yeah, and they
you're
say like
wanting to improve.
connecting. Yes, connect it with something that you're already doing,
Yeah.
right?
I love that, the habit stacking. I
Yes.
thought that's interesting.
And before we go to break here, our producer Pete, his photo a day. He makes that his habit every day.
Which he gave to me.
Yeah.
It became a habit.
Yep.
And it was tricky for a minute, but then it just
So,
becomes easier.
Cool things for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Yep.
thanks ladies.
Can music lessons have a big influence on our children? Stay with us to learn more.